Today I'm going to be helping you guys write some better death metal riffs. What's up everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Taylor. If you guys ever find yourself in a rut writing riffs, specifically metal or death metal riffs, then today's video is really gonna help you out. A lot of you asked for this after my most recent workshop. I asked what you would like me to follow up with. So I thought I would make this video with some tips and things that I like to do when I get stuck, you know, in a creative rut and I can't get the riffs out, keep things flowing. This month is also Metal Month at Toontrack, and coincidentally, a lot of the things that I use to get myself out of these sort of like songwriting ruts, a lot of the times happen to be Toontrack products. So this seemed like a really good opportunity to team up with them for Metal Month since I use a lot of their stuff. So that's what we're gonna do today. Now, one of the things I kind of want to talk about going into this is inspiration. I find like inspiration and like a lot of aesthetic things, especially for writing these sort of riffs. I have this Jackson Warrior here. Now, you don't need a Jackson Warrior. You don't need any guitar specifically. I just find that this guitar really inspires me to create a lot of different things. Also, I can find the same sort of inspiration with like plugins to a certain extent. You know, like the vibe of a plugin, the aesthetic of a plugin. I find that a lot of times inspiration can lie in all of those little details, so I just thought I would preface this whole thing with that. But let's say you're stuck at a part in a song and you know, you're looking for something, but you just don't really know what to do. Sometimes I like to put the guitar down for a minute. I'm not physically gonna put it down, but sometimes I like to put the guitar down for a minute and just write some drums and then try and write the guitar to the drums. Now, you don't have to be stuck in a part. You can just start writing a song this way as well. So I have this song loaded up here, and this is the last part in it. Sort of like a slow caveman beatdown type riff. You can see down here on the bottom I have follow host selected, and I have the loop feature enabled, and I just have the bars 145 through 153 selected up top here. That way it doesn't just restart at the beginning of the song while I'm trying to write this part. We have something kind of slow there, so I'm definitely gonna wanna pick the tempo back up. This is common in not only heavy music, but like all different kinds of music. It's good to have changes where they slow down and they speed up again. That contrast really gives us like heaviness, you know? So I'm gonna want some blast beaty type part here. I'm gonna clear all these filters. Under the Grooves tab, over here on the left, you can see the Superior libraries that I have, and I'm just gonna focus on the stock Superior Drummer 3 library. Now, I personally suggest getting some of these add-on packs. There's a ton of different MIDI grooves that go into them, but there's a lot of really good stuff in just the core library here. So let me open that up, and we're gonna go down to up-tempo, straight, and then you can see we have things categorized into different songs with different tempos up here. I'm gonna go straight to this blast metal. I actually use drum beats from this library a lot, even though I have a bunch of the other add-ons. I really like this one, so. So we have a bunch of different blast beats here. Maybe, let's listen to some pre-chorus stuff. I want something that's kind of like fill, blast, fill, blast. That's just what I'm hearing in my head. So let's go into the fills section here and let's see if we can. I think this one's gonna work. We're gonna drag this down. I have a bunch of different groove libraries for Superior Drummer, but I'm going to stick to the core library so that way, you know, you don't have to feel like you have to purchase all of these add-on packs if you don't want to. But if you want to, I would highly suggest doing it because there is a ton of different grooves in here. I just find it really helpful to have all of the options right there. But we're gonna stick to the core library here. Let's go in and let's go down. If we go to up-tempo straight, you're gonna find the song Blast Metal. I actually use this song all the time. We'll go into one of the verses here and right away, some blast beating. So let's go ahead and drag this blast beat down into our editor here. Now I'm gonna leave a little bit in the beginning because one of the things that I wanna do here is I kind of want it to start with like more of a fill. So let's go into our fills. And we're gonna go to this one right here. We're gonna drag that in, and I just want the end, that little snare tom fill. So we're gonna go, and then we'll go into our blast beats after that. So we have, so basically what it's gonna be like is, kind of what I'm hearing in my head is, we're going to split this. So I'm gonna go into my little scissors tool down here on the left. We're gonna split that right there. I'm gonna grab my selection tool and then we'll drag that over. And then I'm just gonna copy and we'll go paste all because we want all that stuff. And I'm just gonna copy and paste it there and then drag these blast beats back over it. Now, we're extended past where I want this to end, so I'm actually gonna drag this over this way because I do want the fill at the end of it. Let's listen to how this all sounds together. Now the ending is very similar to the beginning, so I'm actually going to cut off the tail of that, and then let's grab another fill here. Let's do this one. This one sounds good. And we just want the second half of that fill just to fill in that little spot right there. Now let's listen to the whole thing. Now, the second time we go into these blast beats, I kind of want to change this here a little bit. Let's click this up arrow down here on the little region. And you can see in here, we can change our opening hit and our power hand. I'm gonna move the power hand from the hi-hat to the crash over here. Now, if we moved it to like the ride, for example, and we do drop down, you can see we have more options because there's more hit options with the ride. So you can go bow shank, bow tip, bell shank, but I'm actually just gonna move this to the crash, and it's just on crash. I don't want a muted hit. So we're just going to listen to that now. Okay, now the China there is a little bit weak, so let's actually just double click on this region, and it opens up our grid editor here, and you can see symbol 5 is our China, so these are our China hits. So we can actually go select the China symbol, and we can increase the velocity or decrease the velocity if we want. We can change the dynamics. We can randomize it a little bit more. I'm gonna randomize it a little bit and increase the velocity. That should make it louder, not like robotic. I think that sounds good. So we're gonna highlight all of this now and just drag it into our DAW, and we're going to minimize 𝗦𝗘𝗏𝗋 for now. And let's listen back to that. Okay, let's play to that a little bit. Okay, that works. Let's try that. And one, try to get a second one in. Okay, we can remove the loop there. Let's actually copy and paste that. Cool, and there we have a riff that I might not have otherwise written without approaching it from the drum's first standpoint. Now, another thing that I use to write riffs in a similar fashion is easy keys. And I know what you're thinking.
Taylor, keyboards aren't metal.
Well, they can be. Let me show you how keyboards can be metal. So let's open up an instance here of easy keys 2, and you could use, you know, any instrument you want. I like easy keys. So we have a similar thing going on here that we did with EZdrummer, where we have these MIDI grooves. This is just really nice. It makes things easy. Now, this probably won't go with this song. Now, where this differs a lot from using something like EZdrummer or 𝗦𝗘𝗏𝗋 to help your songwriting process is you kind of have to have some understanding of like notes and keys a little bit. So if you load this up, you might think like, sounds like Ghost or something. You know what I mean? Maybe that's not what you're going for. But what we can do here is we can actually change the key. So we're in a C major key right now. But what if we were in a C minor key? A little bit more sad, a little bit. Still kind of happy though, right? So we're gonna drag this in here. We're gonna drag this to the song parts section here so that way you can see everything. And then it shows you the different chord clusters, I guess you would refer to them as. So we can actually open this up here and we can double click this. You can see we have a B flat thing going on here. you know, we can play around with different stuff. There's just the C minor there, but let's make this like a C. Okay, that's pretty evil. And in these variations, we even have other variations. So, you know, we can get pretty crazy with this here. I don't really know music theory, so I'm doing like a lot of hunting and guessing here, but if you know music theory, I'm sure like you're screaming at me right now, like, why would you do that? Blah.
The C major doesn't go to the E sharp, but...
Just chill out, it'd be fine. We could just, you know, we could just have fun here. That's half the battle of doing all this, right? Like, what's the point if you're not having fun? So let's go to, like I said, we'll start with this C minor here, and then we're gonna make that a sus4. Suspended 4, maybe we could do a suspended 2. Okay, and then maybe this A flat is a little... Let's try that maybe? And then the F minor 7, let's go augmented? I mean, why not? Let's just get crazy with it. Maybe we also want that diminished. And then let's go back to this C sus4. A flat is not the move there, so A flat 7th. That's kind of cool, actually. So let's listen to this whole thing now. And now we have something that's way more metal. So let's drag this whole thing in here. We want to grab the MIDI, and we just want to drag this down here. You know, and something like that works. Let's just roll with it. These don't have to be perfect. You can always go through and revise. Sometimes it's more important to just get the idea out so that you have something like some scaffolding to build off of than it is to try and get it perfect before you have anything recorded. You know what I mean? This is pretty sick. We are going to glue that. Let's put it in place. It's pretty cool. We need drums though, right? And what do I hear in my... I hear a lot of double bass. A lot of double bass here. Let's... You know what? This would actually work right here. Let's do this. And then we'll do this one after it. So we have some variations in there. Let's listen to that. No click. Piano's too dry, so let's go in here. Let's go back to the keys and let's start adding some effects. And over here we have some mixers and stuff, so if you just want to film noir. Actually, that's kind of exactly what I'm going for. Let's just do that. That was easy. And now we have some cool like black metal synthy type of part. And we don't have to use easy keys we want. We could just use easy keys to create the MIDI, and then we could load up like an orchestra, you know, if we wanted to do that. And we can use all that and easy keys. Why not? Just layer it up. All right, like you guys can see, there are just a ton of different possibilities. You can get in and you can have a lot of fun with these programs. Regardless of any sponsorship with this video, I use Easy Keys and Superior Drummer all the time in my own songwriting process. And I just wanted to share my process with you, especially those of you that have been asking me for more like death metal riff writing tip type content. That's a mouthful. Death metal riff writing tip content. For those of you that have been asking for that, I just really wanted to make this video, and you know, it being Metal Month with Toontrack, it just seemed like a good opportunity to do that. So that's what we did. All right, shout out to Toontrack for sponsoring this video. If you guys liked it, make sure to hit the like button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.